Hi you guys, I'm Pixie. So you guys can call me Mix Pixie. And because you can't raise your hand, you can always tell teacher to type in the chats too, or just raise your hand. But just know that if you're doing a whole bunch of talking, you're also distracting, and we have to be out of here by 4:45, right? So you can catch the bus. So I'm going to watch the clock, and I'm going to push us a little bit. So I'm always one step slightly in front of you. So you're like, oh, I'm doing that. Why? She's on to the next step. Because I'm making you chase me. So if I wait till everyone in the room is done, we'll never get done, right? Because there's always two kinds of people in every class. Done first, laughing and joking around, getting in trouble, or done last, because there's never enough time to finish. And both of those are just lots of stress. Okay, so you're one or the other. So we're going to paint the eye first, and we're going to attempt a fade, which is, you know, a blend, where if I put white on this half of the eye, right, I paint it all white, and up and down only because of texture. Side to side won't work, up and down only. And then I put yellow on it. I actually make it very yellow back here and push the yellow, but the white is going to eat the yellow paint little by little. Is eating the paint, eating the paint, eating the paint, and then I ran out of paint. And then the same with the orange. It's very orange in the corner, but as I come out, I'm running out of orange, and I might even clean my paintbrush right here so it's a dry, and like make a little fuzzy edge, because there should be a line where two colors meet, or like that. Or like that. It's like you always want to like make a little fuzzy invisible where they touch and make a yellowy orange, right? And then these are super fun, these scales. And it's better if they touch, but all the black that shows just, you know, the background, it just looks like shadow. But too far apart and it doesn't look like scales. And they look like smiles, but they're not. They're a dash. But because the paintbrush is so weird, we hold it actually the flat skinny way, and it just kind of does that, just kind of, because you have a human hand, you just kind of dash, it kind of has a little bend to it. Completely straight, doesn't look like a scale, right? So we're going to paint the eye first, and we're not going to worry about this top or bottom edge. We're going to paint past it a little bit. Right? So we have to go all the way from the top to the bottom, to the top, to the bottom, to the top, to the bottom, like that. And then later, we'll get our black paint and smooth the eyelid. But we can't do that until it's all the way dry, or it will just make gray, right? So it's going to look really ugly. But you just paint it like white, and then we'll add the yellow. But you have to see it. So everything that I say makes no sense at all, because on Earth you only learn by doing. So we'll do it, and then it will make sense. And then we'll do the other side, okay? So we're going to get we need our white, our yellow, and our dark orange. She looks like red, but she's actually chrome orange. So we need these three colors, and just open them. There's not very much orange because it's just in the corners of the eye, right? So we're going to use the smaller paintbrush. We have a giant paintbrush for scales, and then a smaller one, and they're nice and soft. And let's outline our pupil, our little snake pupil. And the way that you outline with paint is that you get a blob of paint, and then you touch your canvas, and then your paintbrush will open. But you only stare at one hair, and it sneaks up, and you do not wiggle paint. You push paint. So it's not a crayon or a marker or a colored pencil where you have one line comes out at a time. Your brain is going to go like this. Don't do that. We want a nice smooth line. So everybody, just get your little paintbrush and just poke your white paint. Poke. Like that. Get your white paint and poke it. Remember, you have napkins in there. Okay, and now we're going to try to make an outline. Okay, so here's my paintbrush, and I'm going to get really close so you can see it, but I'm not going to touch the pupil yet. I go smash, and then I'm going to sneak up to it And then one hair of the paintbrush, just the outside hair, it's like a bulldozer, touches the Sharpie, and then I push, because I don't want to see a silver Sharpie. I'm not wiggling, I'm just pushing, and I'm staring at one hair the whole time. Like that. Now you do it. But you get next to it, but don't touch it, and then your paintbrush opens, and that's the one hair that you look at. And you know how a bulldozer pushes sand? And then on either side, there'd be a pile of sand. Well, we are using that bulldozer thing, and then a nice thick bead of paint comes squishing out the side, all perfectly smooth, like that. And then, but look how weird that is. So it's flat in the middle, and I can see the black, but then it's thick on both sides. Well, that's because we push kind of hard. So if I don't, because the whole thing will look like stripes, right? Because it will keep, if I keep doing that, I'll just have thick, thin, thick, thin, thick, thin, thick. No. So I have to just do it more gently. And I try to hold my paintbrush as flat as possible. Flat, flat, like that. Here's my explanation. Here's my piece of bread, and here's my butter. I'm going to butter my bread. It's just too sharp. So if I lay it down as flat as I can peanut butter it on, like that. The tip of the paintbrush scratches the paint off. Now we're going to get it wet with white paint. We can outline the rest of it. So I poke my white paint, and I just go smash. But just one half of the eye. If we do both halves, the white paint will dry, and we won't be able to blend anything. But what happens if I go past this line? Totally doesn't matter. I could go past the top and the bottom, because I'm going to use black to make the eyelid. Now outline that. Remember, I cannot see anyone's painting the way you have your room set up. So I'm just going to assume if your hands are still that you've finished. Okay, now we're going to paint up and down, and we're going to fill all this in white. But you might have to go over it twice. Once to get white paint, to get it all wet with white, like that. And then look at those ugly stripes. So I did get it white, right? But that is not smooth. So now very, very gently I go back and just do super soft. And just trying to flatten down those lumps of white paint. It happens no matter what. So you always go back over for smoothness. And it just kind of flattens your paint for you. Okay, and now I'm going to get the yellow, and we're going to blend yellow into our white. So everybody pause what you're doing and look up so you can see me do this. I think I'm going to need to see somebody's painting. I need the camera where I can't tell how fast anyone's going, and I can't adjust my instruction based on, you know, if it's going well or not. Okay, so I'm going to get the yellow. And I'm just going to stab the yellow like I'm mad. Thank you, room 13. I'm just going to stab the yellow. Stab! I got a whole bunch, but I don't care. I'm going to run out. So I don't care. I don't care. And I don't have to go all the way to the corner because that's going to be orange, right? Ish. But I'm going to wipe it off my paintbrush. And then I go back over for softness. So the first one is watch, it's going to start off so thick and yellow, but do not flip your paintbrush over. Use one side of the paintbrush the whole time. Even though you see paintbrush on the top, we're trying to run out of paint. Okay, so I'm going to be watch me. Everybody pause and look up. So I'm very yellow. Oh my God, right? Then the next one, touching that one, is less yellow. And what if I go past the line? So, and then less yellow is turning invisible yellow, is turning into invisible, and then it's just white, and it's almost gone. Invisible. So how many versions of yellow do I have? A whole bunch, right? So for 3D, we need at least 3 versions of yellow. Dark yellow, because it was the thickest. then medium yellow when it starts to run out, then super light yellow when it's just white. But look at those lumpy stripes. Okay, I'm going to clean my paintbrush. Just get a paper towel. No water. I just get a paper towel and squeeze the paint out. Because just like I did with the white, I have stripes on my yellow that I do not love. So I'm just going to smooth it real quick with a clean paintbrush. So this one was the very yellow. And I just, oh, so soft. And look how I'm holding it. Kind of like a magic wand so I can be as flat as possible. Not a pencil. She'll use the tip and scratch. So I just go, so soft, yellow, less yellow, less yellow, less yellow, yes, yellow, less. I'm just smoothing for smoothness. Running out, running out, running out, running out. All gone. Okay, show me your painting room 13 again. Did you do it? So it's very yellow, not very yellow, running out of yellow, all gone? Nice, right? 3D. Okay, now we have to do the same thing with orange. But I worry that orange, because she's so dark, she has lots of orange powder in her gel. I just want it to go about halfway, and then I might clean my paintbrush and just make a blurry edge, like fire. Okay, so I'm just gonna, I don't need very much orange. I just touch it, loop, loop, loop. Mine's a little chunky. I'm gonna smush it in there. Smush, 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 smush. Oh! Okay, then I dropped it on the floor. Dumb. Okay, and now I got my orange. And I put it on my paintbrush. Okay, now I'm gonna put it in the corner. Look, it's dry. So white is not going to be included anymore. But my yellow still is wet. So I can make orangey yellow. Okay, so I'm going to, as flat as I can, not the tip of my paintbrush, the flat part of my paintbrush, I go very orange. Oh my God. Less orange, less orange, less orange. I'm running out of orange. Oh, look, I don't have to stop. It's turning into disappearing all by itself. I thought it was going to be too dark. That worked really good. Oops, drip. Wipe it with my finger. So it's very orange, right? Very, very, oh. I turned my paintbrush over where yellow was. But it's very orange, not very orange. I'm just running out of orange, running out of orange. It's totally invisible orange, and I'm going to keep going, and then it's gone. So how many versions of orange did I get? Dark, medium, light, invisible. And I'm trying to run out of the paint. So it turned, literally, I keep going until it's, oh, look what I did. I used the wrong size of my paintbrush. Oh, cuss and swear. Okay, let me try touching it and softening it. Okay, blurry, 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 disappear. Come on, orange, disappear. Disappear. I'm going closer and closer to the white, trying to run out. Okay, oh, there. Okay, there, it turned disappearing. Oh my gosh, look how far I had to go to run out of orange until it completely turned invisible. That's crazy. Now we clean our paintbrush. And we just give it a pinch really hard. Okay, now look at your eye. Remember the top and the bottom? It's all ratty. It's all, look at mine. It's all ratty on the bottom and the top. I don't care. I'm gonna get black paint and put the eyelid back. I don't even care. But I have, I can also use my finger. That has been a trick I've used. That's really the flattest, smoothest part of my finger. And that also helps me blend. But your finger's like a sponge. And look at the black showing through. She likes to pick up too much paint. Like, calm down, finger. You're taking off the paint. Remember, I don't care how mine turns out. I have lots of these. Okay. Now I got orange in my paintbrush. I do not want orange. Because when I do the other side, I'm supposed to start with white. Right? So do this. We're going to wash our paintbrush out real quick, but with white paint. It's a crazy idea, but it totally works. I just poke my white paint like that, right? And then when I use my napkin and squeeze out my paintbrush, I'm just wasting this white paint. It'll squeeze out all the orange for me too. like a wash machine. Pinch, pinch. Oh, all the orange came out with my, oh, look at paintbrushes, clean. Because there's so much water in paint, we can use the white paint to do that. Okay, now that your brain has told, you've just proven to yourself, you can do 3D paint, you can blend, you can outline. And did you watch me do it and then learn how to do it? No, you did it. When the teacher shows you math, you don't learn math. You do the math and then you know it, right? So by doing this, you know how to do this side. Okay, so let's just outline, and we can, if we sometimes they put the paint on my iris and make it too small. We have black paint, we can fixie after it's dry, because if I try to fix it now, I'll just make gray. Okay, so now I'm going to get white paint, stab. I see that trying to clean up the spilled paint, you know, of all for the whole years I've been doing that, nobody's ever spilled paint before on the carpet. Okay, so now we go like this, and we're going to outline, and we're going to go smash. Okay, just near the, the pupil, but I go smash, right? This totally makes sense to your brain now, because we done it, and now I'm going to sneak up to it, sneak. I'm very slow, cut. Now I touched it. Now I just push, no wiggles. Push my paint, push, there. See how small that is now? I'm gonna have to make this bigger with black later, but not, because I drove right over the top of my pupil. That's okay, I'll fix it later. Now you do it. Okay, and now I'm gonna outline the rest of it. But the whole eye is white, right? So landing inside the eye makes sense. Smash and sneak up and like rainbow. And then smile. And then what part of the paintbrush are you looking at? The whole paintbrush? No, we don't care what the whole paintbrush is doing. Just that one hair that's getting rid of that Sharpie for us. Bye. And we can even predict what's going to happen. How come? Because we done it. So if I fill this in up and down with white paint, it's going to make all these lumpy bumps. And they, because of that bulldozer action, and it looks like a ruffled potato chip. Oh yeah, then I go back very softly and smooth it. But just fill it with white real quick. So I just stab my white, and I just go smush, 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 right? And what if I go outside the lines? I'll fix it with black later. Oh, more paint. Now that I'm looking at the other side right here, where I touched it with my finger to demonstrate blending with my finger, it took the paint off. I'm so annoyed. Don't do that. Okay, look at how ugly my texture is. All I did is put white paint on it. Well, that is terrible, and I don't want to look at it. Well, he's got bumps in his eye. So now I hold my paintbrush very soft, like a little magic wand. And now I'm just doing it for smoothness. So I just go so soft, smooth. And one overlaps the other, over like I'm mowing the lawn or sweeping. And look how much smooth. And I don't use any pressure. I'm just telling the paint to flatten, please. Smoothing, smoothing. And look at all those lumps and bumps are going. And the distribution of the paint is more even. My paintbrush is a sponge and a smoother, so it picks up any lumps of paint and drops it off somewhere else. Smoothing, smooth, there. And look, I went outside the lines. So, I'm going to fix it later. Who thought that was way 1,000 times easier, doing the second one? I know, because we've done it before. We have a human brain that learns by doing. So we're like, oh, yeah, I got this, lady. Stop talking. I already know what to do. Because you do. You have proof. Okay? Now I don't need this white on there. But I'm not going to clean it off. I don't care. It'll just make a lighter yellow. So I'm going to stab the yellow. Because remember how we ran out? I need to get the same amount of yellow. Stab! And it's a globule. But can I flip it over and use the other side? I'm trying to run out of yellow. So I put it back in this far corner, and then I sneak it up closer, 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 running out, running out, running out, running out. Oh God, by the time I get to the pupil, it's ran out of yellow paint. So I have to pick my side, because once I pick it, I can't flip it over. Okay, so near, I don't need to put it in the corner. That's for orange, right? So near. I go, oh my God, it's very yellow, because it's a big glob. And then all my lines touch each other, right? Like I'm on the line, and then the next one is, oh, less yellow, then less yellow. And the white is eating up my yellow. It's invisible. It's turning so clear. I could barely see. It's like a little lemon. And then it's invisible. Less. Ran out. All gone. Oh, 3D. But by doing that, the lines came back because I was using a little bit of pressure to push the paint along. But I could do it one more time just for smoothness. Right? Okay, same side of my paintbrush because I don't want to drop off more paint. And now I'm going to go back over it super soft and just try to get her to be it's just smooth. And I pick it up and drop it off and pick it up and that's very, very smooth. Nice. Careful. If I use too much pressure, I'll scratch the paint off. Done it. And the black peeks through. But as long as I'm doing it with the flat side of the paintbrush and soft, I'm still holding it like a magic wand. Trying to hold it flat, not a pencil. Not a pencil. Who's you holding it like a pencil? You're going like this. And why is my paint coming off? It's because it's a little sharp on the end. So if we use the flat side, we peanut butter it on. Like that. Awesome sauce. And now we lick off our paintbrush. Just sing. That's stupid. Okay, no. Dumb. No, it don't. Okay, now I just clean my paintbrush. Pinch. It wouldn't kill you, but you'd be really mad. Okay, now I need orange. And my orange looks really bad. I think the lid opened and dried out. But I'm going to get as much as I can. Smushy, smushy, smushy. Try to mix there's dry, I don't know what happened to this orange. I'm very upset. But I'm going to crush it together and try to make a smushy, smushy orange. There, I just smush it together. There. Okay, it's back. Scoop. I got a scoop. Okay, so how much orange? Starts in the very, very corner like fire. And it starts very orange, then less, so then it runs out about halfway. So let's see, I'm going to hold it close. So this is going to be super orange back here. So orange. And then less. Okay, now yellow. It's going to become yellow orange. Here comes the fire. I'm dropping out. Oh, okay. How far? Oh, I dropped off a lump. That means I have to keep touching. Oh! I think I better clean my paintbrush off. I'm dropping off weight because it was on the bottom of my paintbrush and I pushed hard. I clean my paintbrush like that. Watch, a clean paintbrush can tell this to calm down. Watch. Oh, because why? She's a sponge and she can pick up the extra orange that I accidentally dropped for me. And I'm going to do it for smoothness. I go back to the orange area and it's very orange, not very orange. And am I worried about the top and the bottom? No. And then it's very, very orange and running out of orange and running out of orange and then turns invisible. It's all gone. Like fire. Oh, I just touched look what I did. I just want to show you because it might happen to you. So I thought I was done, so I'm all proud, and I'm going to go back and smooth it. Look what my paintbrush did. It scratched the paint off because I went biff, and I was holding it like a pencil, and it's like, okay, one more time. A little bit of orange. I'm going to try a repair. Flat as I can. Okay, very, very orange. Okay, okay, there. Because I scratched it off. Oh, okay, there. You never know. You're right? Because the whole time, do you know how to paint? No. But as soon as you do it, your brain's like, oh my, that makes complete sense why the paint would do that. Because I got it wet with the yellow and white, and when I put orange, the yellow and white just eat it up until it disappears into invisible. And look at yours. You're showing me yours. That looks good. Looks like fire. right? But look what, you can totally tell. Look at my iris. Look at, I paint over it. It doesn't matter. This one's all big and then it's all little. But I can fix it with black, but not yet. Not till the end, right? Oh, look at yours. Yours is deep, deep. You use lots of orange. I'm jealous of yours. I'm jealous. I wished I had it. Look at look at mine. Mine's not orangey like yours. But if I'm tempted to add more because I'm jealous. Let me see. I'm gonna put more orange. But you know what? It could be dry and then it won't make a new color. Let me see. No, it's not changing. Okay, forget it. Ah! Okay, it's disappearing. Okay, there. Now I have more orange. Like yours. Okay. Awesome. Looks good. But not right now. We're not going to fix the eyeball until the end, and we'll fix the iris and put the nice smooth eyelid back. Blick. Okay, so now we're gonna use this paintbrush and it's small, so we can, because it starts off, the scales around the dragon are little, right, around her eyes, and then they get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, right? So we'll start with some small ones. So we could put the lid on orange my orange was all dried out, I don't like it. And then by yellow and by white. I could put the lid on all those. And then you guys can take those home. Just put them in your baggies and keepies, right? You can paint some rocks or something. It's fun, Okay, now I'm going to get blue and purple and a little bit of black. Okay, and I'm going to open all those. And I just want to show you how cool this is because it freaks me out every time and I love it. Okay, so this is actually blue paint, this very bright blue paint. And then I streak one little swoosh of purple on them and it makes stripes. I would like blue to live, right? And then a little bit of purple. So everybody pause and look up. I actually want these stripes. So how many color values for 3D? 3. Dark, medium, light. Well, dark is just purple. Medium would be blue and purple mixed together, and the lightest would be baby blue still showing. But what happens if you keep touching them? One color, and nobody cares, and nobody will look at it, and they'll be like, "So I don't care, right?" So you've never done this before. So for at least 5 of them, they should be very ugly, very ugly. But by the 6th, 7th, 8th, and when we fill the whole painting with scales, you'll be like, oh my God, I'm so good at this. But you have to go like, okay, I got to make some ugly ones. So that's why we're going to make them small so nobody really looks at them. And we hold our paintbrush flatly like this and go dash. Not the big one. If we hold it like this, she will just make a square. So we hold her skinny, and then as she starts skinny, and then as I push, she kind of opens, and then she kind of closes again. So she goes skinny, fat, skinny. Thin, wide, thin, right? So I go, oh, okay. Just to try it, let's see. So I just poke my blue paint. I don't need a lot. I just want to see if this is true, see if the lady's lying. So I just poke the blue paint, let's get some on the little paintbrush. Okay, and maybe we'll make like 3 of them. But they go right along under her eyelid, right? It's his skin. So I just go, all right, let me see. And I'm holding it the flat way. And I just go and smash, flick, smash, flick, smash, flick. Oh, I got 4 out of it. Boom. No, that one's kind of thin. So that one stinks. Oh, they should be touching though. Flick, flick. Okay, because they're scale. All right, I made them touch. Okay. And it's just a goober of blue. They're just little dashes. They're going to be scales, right? And then I get just a little bit of purple. I just poke my purple on my dirty little paintbrush. Don't care. And let's see what happens. Okay, who's darker, purple or blue? purple by a million. So I could paint over this blue as if blue didn't exist. So I do it really soft. And I just, like, I'm trying to go just in the belly of the paint. And I just go and flick. Oh, ooh, flick. Ooh. And I do not rub it in. If I rub it in, it'll just be like purpley blue. It'll be so boring. I don't want to look at it. But now I have blue with little fleeks of a little highlight. But what happens, watch me, I'll go and let me touch it some more. I'll just keep touching it and touching it and touching it. And what is that? I don't know. It's ugly. It's barf. So what I want is a little poke of blue that goes and flick. Oh, there she is sitting there all pretty. And then I get a little poke of purple and I go and flick. Oh, I streaked the purple on the blue and she's gorgeous. Okay, so I clean my paintbrush. I want to get blue again. Let's do, oh, and it only works for about 3 of them. And then you run out of paint and have to get more blue paint. If the blue paint is really thin, it'll just be purple. That makes sense? So you go 1, 2, 3, more paint. 1, 2, 3, more paint. And I'm holding my paintbrush like this so I can go, not big, or she'll just make a square. So I'm going to get my blue. Uh-oh, I touched my purple on my, whatever. Poke. So I just go, okay, dash, and I'm touching, dash, 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 dash. Okay, more paint. I got 4 out of that one. Okay, that was a lie. I got 4. You're just jealous of me right now because I got 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. More paint. 1, 2, 3. And they're just like little goobers, little dashes, phone number dashes. And why do they bend like that? Why do they look like little commas? Because you have a human hand, a human eye. It's your parents' fault because they were human. But straight lines, no. The little curve is more interesting to look at. Dash, dash. Cool. And then I'll hold it from this way. Look at mine. Mine are lumpy and I don't even care because those thick parts of the blue are going to be more shimmery than the purple, right? Because how many color values do I need for 3D? 3. Purple is going to be there because we're going to put it on top. But I need blue and purple to mix and little pieces of purple to survive. I mean, little pieces of blue to survive. Okay, dirty paintbrush, don't even care. And I get a poke of purple. Poke. Let's just decorate these so that they're more interesting to look at. And I just, should I rub them more than one time? No. Dash, dash, fleek. And I'm just floating on top as soft as I can. A little dash of purple. And then another poke. And I just go fleek. And fleek. Fleek. Just for the belly of them. And I just go fleek. 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 Oh. And do I have blue pieces showing? Blue and purple pieces and purple parts? Yep. So wicked good. And they're like little dashes. Freaks, freaks. Oh, I went back and touched them. I ruined it. See? Why did I have to go back and touch them? Because I'm human. And we think we can fix things, but really you're just smashing them together and you just make one color. That's okay. So when we first started, this is when your brain was saying, what? What? Confused, frustration, anger, hate this is stupid. And then, oh, I think I understand it about halfway. You're like, all right, I get it, I got it. Then, by the time we got done, we're like, this is easy. This is so easy, it's boring, right? So what did your brain have to do to learn? It's really hard. I think I understand it. I think I got it. Easy, boring. That's how fast a human brain learns, right? So you're like, you're frustrated? I'm not, because you just started. That's, your brain's supposed to do that. Okay, now let's switch to big paintbrush. How fast do you think we'll be able to do this now? Because boom, we're big. Okay, so we won't smash all, because we want to change sizes slowly. Look how big they get, right? So I start off itty bitty baby ones, and then I'll limit to it just slightly bigger. But I'll just do real little, okay, I'm practicing with the big one. Then, kaboom, kaboom, right? And then, what? They're like 3 fingers big. So they're 1 finger big, 2 finger big, 3 finger big, then to what? right? Because that's what scales would do. So now I just get my blue paint. Stop! Big brush now. Look how floofy she is, right? You can have these paintbrushes. If you want to keep them, you have to wash them. And until no paint comes out, because this is acrylic paint. Acrylic means plastic, right? So if there's any color left, that's plastic and it'll dry hard, right? So you have to rinse it till it's clear. I pinch mine with a paper towel to make sure there's no color in it. Okay, now I go, okay. So these are medium size. This is 1 finger big, right? Ish. I mean, I never met this dragon. I don't know if it's true. I just go, okay, this will be slightly bigger. Oh, and they're touching. I like little trains, right? Fleek. Look at all that room I put around that. That's a lot of black shadow. Okay, that's fun. Look at how much paint this one held. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of that one. Wow, now I'm going to get more. Dash. Mine are straight. I'm falling out of love with them. I wish they were curvier. Smile. A little. Oh, there we go. Okay. I wasn't being conscious. I was like going straight. There. I like a little curve to them. Whoosh. Little smiles. Just a little smile. Just a little bit. And then look at the bottoms and the tops of those rows. They can touch. They're scales. They're not scared of each other. There's not like a whole bunch of, like, I can even go closer. What? Of course I can. I'll put you, it's the same face. Okay, now look how much better the first row looks compared to that blue row. The blue row is like boring. Is that 3D? No. Does it have dark, medium, light? No. It's just one color. So boring. But how much purple do I get? A lot? And paint right over the blue? No. I just get a little poke of purple. I just touch it softer. Because I don't want to put it on thick. Okay. And I just go, all right. Let me see. Dish. Ooh. Look at this. I got purple piece, little stripes of purple in my blue. Nice. Oh. That one's my favorite. They look stripedy. Ooh. And then just a little poke of blue. Okay, I think I got too much purple, but we'll try it. Soft. Streak. Right up the belly. Oh, look at that one. It looks like feathers. It has highlights and shadows and dark, and I just did it real soft. And then your brain goes, I get it. I'm not rubbing it in. I'm gently going right on top of, really floating on top of the blue paint, a little dish. And you're like, oh, that looks wicked good. Wait till it dries. The blue's even brighter and the purple's darker. So it's more 3D-y. That looks really good, right? So it's blue and then purple, but less purple than blue because I don't want to paint over it with the purple. Who thinks you understand it completely? I know. So at first you're like, what? I don't get it. Then, oh, I understand it. And now you're like, now we can do it bigger. So now I can get blue. Another row beneath it. No, pause. I want to stop. Because look at this one's actually, because how easy would be filling the rest of this? Easy and boring, right? Because it's like, it's exactly the same. La 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 la. We could do that. But look at this. It's 1, 2, 3 rows, and they get really big. And then, because of his spikes, I want to do this with you before you go too far, because these are his spikes. And they lean backwards off the page. And I want to do that with you. Okay? So, let's do above the eyelid. Right? And it's just the same size, 2 fingers, I guess. So, who thinks this is, you know how to do these? I know you do, right? Because, of course, you've done it. So, we just go dash, dash. Oh, 2 fingers-ish. 2 fingers. Blue paint. Poke. Dash, 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 dash. Little rainbows. Rainbow. Oh, I ran out of paint. More. Rainbow. Oh, that was straight. I don't like it. I wanted it rainbowy. Rainbow, rainbow, rainbow. And then what happens when you have a thick blobule of blue just sitting there? So it'll be super, super bright. I don't care. Having a variety of thicknesses is how much pigment is right there. So we don't care. So now I can get purple. Who thinks this part's easy now? I just want to do 2 rows of these and then put the spikes on his head. Like that. Okay, let's decorate him. Ooh. I'm getting better at this already. Oh, not enough purple. Do over. This purple looks like grape. What? Okay, mine's only working for 2 swipes. And then I run out of purple so easy. Ooh, that one was very purple. It didn't do nothing. Aw, that's weak. Are you making interesting stripes? And you put the purple on real soft so that the blue and it's not they streak each other and get this like neat streak they scratch each other. Whoosh, whoosh. And the blue shows through the purple. Who did that? That was easy, yeah? Another one. Okay, let's see. What? We just did this. Okay, one more row, it looks like. And then we do a big row. But one, okay, we can do that. So, and they can be bigger, right? So I get blue. Poke. Okay, maybe slightly bigger. And can they touch? Can my rows touch? Yes, they can. Rainbow, rainbow. Who's getting like real like fancy with their dashes, right? And you're getting more free. And you're like, oh, it has to be a certain, no. Pachoo, pachoo. However you want to do it, boom. Pew, 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 pew. And they're bigger, a little bit bigger. More flair. Give yourself style. Like, pachoo. And then I'm going to get purple and go on top of those and decorate them. Pew, 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 pew. Okay, guys, you're unmuted and I can hear you guys. Just FYI. Oh, I didn't like that. I went back over and scratched it right off. Let me try one more time. There. Who's getting interesting texture? Right? Okay, now I clean my paintbrush off because look what we did. We just did, hey, I killed my paintbrush. What the heck? Pulled her head off. Okay, now I'm going to go like this and do, with high style, look how big this one is. 4 fingers big, a whole hand big, but they are dashes, but they're like the bone. It's this bone, eyebrow bone. So they're way, way bigger. Okay, so this was the little ones with this little highlighting on his eye. Now we're gonna go pa-ting, pa-ting, pa-ting. So I get my blue, stab. Go, all right, these are gonna be long and I don't care. So I just go, pshoo. And it's 4 fingers big, pshoo. Whoa, I have to get paint every time. That's how much paint it is. Boom! Long and long and long. I only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. That's how long mine are. Let me do it for smoothness one more time with the blue. Smooth, 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 smooth. Okay. Like I don't even care. And then after they're blue, we already know what happens. A little dash of purple. Because it was boring staring at blue paint after you've seen it looking all good with some purple on it. So I go poke, just a little. I go poke. And I just go whoosh, float. Oh, that, I like that one. Okay, let me try again. Whoosh. I do it soft and float on top of the blue paint and make a streak. Whoosh, Neat. I like those. It doesn't show up as good on camera. In real life, mine looks way prettier than this. Purple is, I guess it's because of the camera. The purple is, oh, I like yours from far away. Maybe it's being close to the camera. All I see is purple and blue. But you can't see the cool stripes they make of each other. They're these little strings. That's my favorite part. Cool. Okay, now we're going to make the spikes. But which way do they go? Backwards, like this. Because if we were looking at his whole face, you know those spikes would keep going and stick out the back of his head, right? So they're on his forehead, the lump. But then it goes whoosh, like that, all sharp and scary. Okay, so everybody pause and look up. Even if you're busy, watch what I'm doing. Okay, for this part. So I'm going to get blue. But which way does it go? It's going to go leaning back a little bit, like a 45-degree angle, right above the pupil. So it'd be the highest bump on my forehead, right? So I'm going to go like this and go, and it goes this way. Hey, there was still purple on my paintbrush. But it leans backwards off the page at the top. Why do we do this one first? Do you guys know the word parallel? Yeah, most of them go like this. Look. Parallel, parallel. So the next one's parallel to that one, parallel to that one, and they just kind of hang out and end up pointing into the corner, right? Like that. Well, then what happens to the front ones? They get deeper and longer and deeper and longer for the front of his forehead. Okay, so I go, okay, I can go parallel backwards. But each time, I kind of lean back a little more and lean back a little more. So I get my blue, and I go, all right. And then, whoa. Okay. Okay, I didn't do that very good. Look at, I didn't put very much, it's all see-through. I'm going to do that again with more paint. Okay. One more time. Soft. I'm going to do it softer. There. More paint drops. Softer. Leave more paint behind. I was using the tip of my paintbrush, which scratches your paint back on. Whatever. There. And then we can purplize them. Step. Swoosh. And then swoosh. 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 Swoosh, swoosh. But they're all pointing to this corner now. They're like, get me to the corner. They're leaning this way. Like a, they're her spikes like this. They lean way back behind her eye. His eye. I don't know. I haven't met this dragon. I don't know. And do you know why we picked these colors? I want to show you the color wheel real fast. So here's yellow, orange, red. And this is called color theory. Who's directly opposite of him? Blue and purple. So their contrast, the eyeball, and the colors that we chose for this. That's why our brain goes, ooh, because it's almost a rainbow. Okay, now we can make more of those, and we get blue. And I go, okay, let me go parallel in front now. Land and fall backwards. Land and fall back. Whoa. Okay, they're supposed to be kind of touching, but not. Okay, now I go from the eyeball, whoa, and lean backwards. They're getting really longer. Then, whoa. Are they straight? No, they're leaning. They're spikes that go back. So okay, I'm only left with one in the corner right there. Great. So there. And then you already know what to do with them and purple them, right? So you just go flicky. Flick the purple on there. Awesome. Sound effects makes it more like play. This is just supposed to be for fun. What if you hate this painting? Throw it in the trash. This is just an experience for interest, curiosity, right? Like, oh, that's interesting. Huh, that's curious. Look what it's doing. I don't know. Never seen it before. I'm just checking it out. I'm not in love with it or anything. It's not precious. I'm just curious. Look what it's doing. Nice. And then you put, I like yours. And you put the purple on it. Little purple highlights. I got a light reflection and it was mostly white because it's still wet. So it looked white to me. Your little stripes. Oh, look at those. Yeah. Look at the spikes coming off like that. That looks really good. A little bit dangerous. So now that we did the top, what do you think happens to the rest of it? I know, and they're like shaped in, like they're not straight. This is an animal's face. So look at the shape of my cheek, right? Would be a big U shape, right? So I don't make them straight across. That's not an animal. So I go parallel, la 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 la, and up, 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 up. Then the next one parallel to that one. So they all bend and they all curve. But look at this. The ones in the bottom are mostly, I didn't put very much blue down here. How come? Because it's a little bit shadowy down here, right? Oh, what? It doesn't have very much blue down here. It's mostly purple. Cool. It makes it look farther away, just in the corners. Maybe not as much blue. Okay, so all right, you already know what you're doing. Now it's just a texture and shape thing. Because to paint, you do shape, color, and texture. So our color is always 3D. We're rooting for dark, medium, light, right? Our shape, we're making them like little swishes for the texture and shape of a scale, right? So we're like sculpting too at the same time. Right? And then shape, color, texture. The texture, like giving it permission to be a little bit lumpy and not perfectly smooth and all that. It's scales. So I go, all right, I'm just going to keep going. Let me just go then. And go, okay, but I have to be parallel. So I go dash, dash. You know what? Suddenly I'm afraid to touch the row or something. Look how far away I am. Why did that suddenly start happening? They're not afraid of each other. It's part of the same face. Oh, look how high up on his eye I have to go. Oh, there. Now I went way up there, right there. But I can only do one row at a time. How come? I don't want my blue to dry. Then the purple won't make those cool stripes if the blue dries. Because look at underneath your eye. This is dry already. Right? And look how much darker the purple got. Dang, she practically erased all your beautiful blue. So be more gentle with your purple. Look at my under eye. What happened to all my pretty blue? Purple ate it. I'm going to use less purple. Staring at this makes me irritated. Purple is too aggressive. She used to calm down. I'm just going to put less. So I have shinier highlights. I need the blue to live or it won't be bright. It'll just be purple. Like bore. Purple can't be the only color on here. Less purple. Oh, look, I can't help it. Why am I doing it the same again? I wanted less. Okay, let me try doing it softer. I could get less paint or do it softer. Let me see. Let me see which technique works best. Less paint. Less paint was a good idea. Let me try doing it softer. Yes, softer helps the blue live. I was pushing too hard and the purple just went and covered up all the blue. I want to be more careful and on purpose. There. All right. Because look at under my eye. It practically looks black. The little ones, the first ones we did, purple dries dark. God. especially with a black background. So I want more blue to live. Okay. Now I could just keep going. Do you need me to talk anymore? No? I'll just shut up now. Okay? I have to be quiet and let you concentrate and make beautiful, interesting shapes, colors, and textures. Okay, teachers cannot be quiet. I will try very hard to close my mouth. Teachers love to talk. I'm beating you. I just wanted to say that out loud. Sometimes I have too much space between mine. I can tell. I could just put one more little baby one in there. It scales, right? I put too much space between them. Okay, everybody look, I made a mistake. Everybody push pause. It looks like a stupid basket. Look at what I did. It's my human brain. I made a pattern. I did them in a row, but look how they stack up like a basket. Ew. I'm going to go like this and on purpose put some in between there and try to ruin the pattern a little bit. Because I made a basket. I lined them up like Legos. I'm going to ruin them a little bit. There. Okay. There. Okay, look. Now, oh, you can't see the pattern as bad anymore. Okay, I just got rid of some of that black. That was so bad. I can't believe I did that. I know better because I have a human brain that loves pattern. And I just made them in perfect straight lines. Scales do not do that.
Should I put yellow on top of it?
Look at your brain calm down and just relax and just start having fun and going fast and with lots of style. Look at you. I'm watching your hands. You're like, pshoo, pshoo, pshoo. You're not even careful. You're like, you have lots of action and texture. Look at you. I can see how fast you guys are. You're just like, whatcha, whatcha, whatcha. That's called style. And the paint comes off your hands with water. Water makes it come off like glue. So it's super easy now, huh? Look at how you're making the stripes, and who even thinks about how much paint to get anymore? Do you even think about it? You don't. You have it. Your brain like already learned that part. You don't think about how much paint to get, how hard to push with your paintbrush. You guys have mastered it, and you're just like, whoosh, whoosh. And it's just for like accents, a little purple, a little bit purple, just a little bit. Look at my two paintings next to each other. I kind of like my new one better because I made them in perfect rows and I had to go back and put extra baby ones to break up the pattern. I like it. And this one's all like perfect. I kind of like this wild one. You know? This one's mine. See, it's not wet. This is my first one. I'm like, it's all right. It's all right. I'm enjoying this with all the texture. So when you're done, let me know so I can show you how the rest of it. Because I can't see. You guys are done? Is room 13 done? Thumbs up. Did you get? No, they're not done. You're at the bottom. Okay, can everybody just pause and watch me, and then you can go back to what you're doing. Okay, so even though you're busy, watch me. Everybody watch. We're going to switch back to baby paintbrush, right? Little paintbrush. And then blick, that we haven't opened yet. Blick. And look at the difference between my eyes. It's an ice cream cone shape. It's wider at the top, skinny at the bottom. Oh my gosh, I painted over that pretty bad, right? And I don't want to look at that silver ugly Sharpie showing in my eyeball. And I need to fix the top and bottom of my eye. So I go, so how do we outline with paint? Good thing we practiced when we first started. So I poke my black, poke, right? But where is my black gonna go? It's way up in the eyelid. Let me get my own hand out of the way. Watch. So I go, I'm way up here. How come? Because I need to sneak down. Smash. So that one hair touches the... Okay, there. Then I push. And I just cut off. Oh, I ran out of paint right there. It's all dry and ugly. Let me try again. Okay. But I keep the black way up in the eyelid and sneak down and then smooth. Don't try to land on it, you'll miss. So I'm above it like this. And then I sneak down, touching, cut off the ratty top. Alrighty. Okay. My eye is smooth. Now I can get more. Okay, let me do this other one. But I have to be above it. It's so hard. The landing is most important. I go smash and then sneak down. And one hair cuts off the... And if it's not perfectly smooth, it's because it's your parents' fault, because you have a human hand full of blood and muscles. So humans cannot make perfectly straight lines. It's going to have a little waggle, but that's fine because this is human made and not made on a printer. So we forgive that. Now look at the bottom. Look how many times I went out of the lines. God, that's okay. I'm going to fix it. So I stab my black. But now I'm going to hold my paintbrush like this. I'm afraid it's too big. I'm going to hold my paintbrush the skinny way, like this. Like this, so I can go and be smaller. Because this seems to be like too big, right? So I'm gonna hold the skinny way. So I can just cut off the bottom of the little ratty parts. And I'm wiggling. No, I just push. I just drive my car. I keep pushing and pushing and pushing. No wiggles. Because that'll make it furry eyeball. I let one bead of paint squish out. Oh, I just landed in his eyeball and I have to go again. Ooh. Okay, there. I had to pass over it 2 times. I landed in his eyeball. And I don't like this Sharpie showing. Look at that is. I should have painted over it with my scales. Dumb. I'm just gonna get black paint. Just get rid of it. Bye, bye. I'm just gonna bye, right? I don't want to look at you, Silver Sharpie. Get out of here. You're ugly, ugly. Ooh, I just bullied the Sharpie. I should get suspended. Okay, and everybody pause. I want to show you how to hold your paintbrush straight up and down. For doing the iris, I have to make mine slightly bigger, but it's bigger at the top, like an upside down triangle. There. Okay, now I want to show you what does my eye thing have that yours doesn't?
The white thing.
Right, because look at my eyeball. Right now, I have a little white dot in it from the light, right? On Earth, everything on this planet has wet, round eyes, which means it's going to have a little reflection if there's light in the room. So we actually use our bigger paintbrush. Everybody pause and look up, even if you're busy. Watch me. I'm going to use my stick. The stick. Not the dirty paintbrush. The stick. And I'm going to get a poke of white paint. And I'm going to scratch that on there. What's going to happen? It's going to be super white. And as I scratch straight down, it's going to run out of white paint and look like a real highlight. So watch me. Everybody pause. Look up. I'm going to use my stick of my big paintbrush. Just get a little pearl on the end, right? Okay, watch me. You do it real close to the edge. Only one side gets it. Everybody pause and look up. Make sure you're looking. And I go stab, pull, scratch, 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 scratch. And look at it skip all by itself. And it runs out. That's pretty cool, right? Starts off thick and I just go whoosh. And I scratch it. And it will skip and bump all by itself like that. Really cool. Oh, look at it. You did it perfect. Look at that little highlight in his eye. Room 13 is showing me their paintings. Who has to keep decorating after you? Oh, there I see Miss Williams' class. Yep. What? The camera's over here. Point it at the camera. Look at it. Nice. The texture matters, huh? And then check for 3D. Do you have dark places, medium places, light places? 3D. How about the eye? Dark, medium, light, lighter, lightest? 3D. I know. And then did you have a perfect line where one color started and one color stopped? No. We gave it permission for them to blend and disappear. Right where two colors touch. So what did we learn? Blending, the color, the shape, and the texture matter. Right? So these stripes on her forehead are different than the ones under her eye. Texture and shape matters. 3D matters. Dark, medium, light. Blending. What happens if you touch too much? What do you get? A color. Very boring. But, oh, look at yours. Look how dark it is around his eye. Like a deep set shadow right here. Like he's really mad and he's going to burn someone with his fire. And if you're done, put the lids on your paints. You can have these and you can have those paintbrushes. Just wash them out. Wash out your paintbrushes and check them with a paper towel. You go like this, wash, 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 wash. I bounce mine up and down on the bottom of the sink underneath the water. And then I pinch it with a paper towel until no more paint comes out. Then I know there's no plastic in it that will dry hard. Does that make sense? And then you can put your paints back in their little cup, in their little bag. Who's going to leave their painting here to dry? You're going to leave it at school to dry? Anyone? Just be careful when if you try to take it home. Look how shiny it is. If it's shiny, it's wet. Does that make sense? So don't be like leaning it against your bus seat or your leg or your neighbor. I don't know how, but I always end up with paint in my hair. I don't know why. Good job, you guys.